Hello friends and welcome to my video. I am Mickey B. Have we met? If not, it's nice to meet you, and if we have, you know it's always good to see you again. Today I have a TEMU haul for you, and I've been trying to get this thing hauled for the longest because I feel like I really got some good items this time. So I wanted to share them with you guys and yeah, let you see what I got in case these are some of the items that you would be interested in. Now, I just want to say this up front. I have a discount code OPT 43129 if you are a new user and you have an order for the first time, or also reinstalled users. You can save 30% off of your order and earn up to a $100 coupon bundle to use on future purchases. So with that being said, let's jump into this haul. So the first item I'm going to share with you. Now these are some useful items, some tools, some things for the kitchen, the house, some electronics. I think I have a really good, variety today. So actually, this first item kind of goes with the electronic stuff. So I'm going to sit it right there and try to keep some kind of order to this. So let's put the electronics here, and let's start with this first item. So this is the first item I'm going to share. And these are, I'm not sure how they're going to work, but I got them to go on my desk. And they're like they're not statues, they're silhouettes. They're two silhouettes that you use to sit your glasses on your desk to make them look, just to give your glasses a place to sit, but in a decorative sense if you didn't have somewhere. So it looks like this in the front. Then if you turn it to the side, it looks like a face. I believe it would go like, yeah, that would hold them securely. So if you see it from the front, it looks like that. And then from the side, it looks like that. So I just thought that was something different, unique. See what the black one looks like. It comes in a set of two. You want to definitely have a pair of glasses, I guess, where the sides are kind of sturdy so they'll stay put. So that's what the black one looks like. Let me hold it over here so you can see it against the white. So she kind of has a little swag with hers, got tilted to the side. But yeah, I just thought these were fun, something decorative, and they feel very light. They're like really light plastic. I actually thought when I saw them that they were more wood, but they're just very like really thin. This is what the bottom looks like. So as you can see, it's not, I believe they're hollow. So just to, put it in perspective, it's just two silhouettes like this. Put them against a proper background so you can see them better. But yeah, that's what these are. It's just something decorative. Now, I paid for these. They were $3.23 for a set of two. The next item I have is this right here. And this is if you bake pumpkin breads, banana breads, any type of breads in that bread loaf pan, then this is a silicone lining that you would put in that pan in order to easily remove your baked item from the pan. Now, I saw this. I have been eyeballing it for a while. Now, this item, this item is called a bread baking mat. It's reusable nonstick pan liners. For the measurements that they give for this item is 9.5 by 5 inches. Or a 1.5 pound loaf pan. So just to put it in perspective for you on the dimensions and how big of a size bread that this can accommodate. I paid $3.55 for this, and it's currently $3.37. However, I got about 3 or 4 price adjustments where, again, I can't recall what the adjustments were, but I'm sure they probably either ended up being $3.37 or maybe a little less. But I have been wanting to try one of these because I do bake banana bread a lot, especially when I have bananas that are getting old and I don't like to throw them away. So I automatically will do the banana bread. But what I don't like about it is when I have to grease the bread pan or the loaf pan, I don't like sometimes having to use all of that butter in order to make sure that it pops out. So I'm looking forward to giving this a try to see if this is going to make things easier for me to pop into the loaf pan like that. And it's very sticky feeling, so of course I'll give this a wash. And I'm assuming that this is the right side because there's no writing or anything on this one. And I'm just going to stick it in there, and then when it's time to pop out, it's just going to pop out, and this will just peel off the banana bread. So if that works according to how I'm hoping it would work and thinking it would work the way I just described, then this is definitely going to be a must-have for the kitchen. And I'll try to definitely do, if nothing else, a quick short once I do use this so that you can see how well it works yourselves. So let's move on to the next item. This next item is a KitchenAid flour mixer funnel. And I paid $5.64 for this. It's currently now $4.31. And I got about 6 price adjustments on this one. So it probably amounted to either the $4.31 or less. And I haven't tried this yet, but in the picture it showed the KitchenAid that I have. So I'm hoping that that was safe enough to assume that this would work properly, because I have the exact same model that they showed in the picture. And I liked how this just sticks in the front and then that thing just angles right into the bowl, because one of the things I hate when I'm using the KitchenAid is trying to get the flour and the ingredients in there when it's actually churning and not making a mess, especially with the flour. So I'm hoping that this is going to work pretty well. Now this is it's a thick plastic, as you can see. So it will, I think it'll be very sturdy and last. I don't think that's something, if you drop it, it might crack. So that I would be concerned about, but it is very strong. This is like a very thick, it's not anything flimsy. And you know, it was $5.64, so it looks to be very well made. And I definitely want to give this a try to see if it makes adding stuff to the bowl that much easier, especially like eggs, oil, anything that you need to add in while you're cooking. So yeah, right now it's $4.31. So that's a much better price than I started off with, but I can't remember what I ended up with because of all the price adjustments. So it did go down. Now let's move on to the next item. Okay, this next item is also a kitchen. It's for a kitchen item. It's for an air fryer, and it is air fryer magnets. Now this was something when I saw, I'm like, TEMU really does think of everything, because there was definitely a need for me for this product that I didn't know existed until I went on TEMU. And it's currently $6. It's currently $6.20 right now, so it must be pretty popular since the price has gone up. But what they are, and this is a 2-piece set, so what it is, it's these, and they're very small, and you're like, what is that? So, you know, when you're using the air fryer and you have the paper air fryer liners, and sometimes when you use those, they start to curl in as the heat cooks the food, especially if whatever you have in there isn't pushing everything out and isn't preventing the paper liners from curling on itself. So these magnets, you get 2 of these magnets that are like this, and you put along the edge of the air fryer and the liner, and you do it on either side like that. So you've got 2 of these. Oh, see, these are magnets, so they keep catching each other. But you got 2, one on either side to put on to hold those liners up, and then you have 2 little ones like this. These magnets are very strong because it keeps snapping. So you have the 2 on the ends, and then you can have 2 more on the other side to hold those liners. So you can use these magnets to adjust them. You see how they just keep jumping on each other like that. So this is definitely a need that I have, though, when I saw this, because it is annoying when I would cook a lot of my chicken thighs and I just want to cook a couple of pieces, And when I come back, the paper is all folded over, and sometimes it actually sticks on the actual meat because there's nothing keeping the paper from staying along the edges away from the food. So when I saw this, I was like, I would have never thought to even look for something like this, but I'm glad that they have it because I definitely have a need for this item. So the next item I have to share is this item cost $3.33 when I purchased it. And it's 2 pieces. It comes with 2 pieces, and I did get one price adjustment. And currently this item is listed for $4.63. And what it is a stainless steel lid holder. Stainless steel, like a crock pot lid holder. So if you had like a crock pot right here and you were cooking and you lifted the lid to stir it and see what was going on with it, you can put this on the side of it like that, and then you can stick your lid right there while you're mixing or doing whatever. And I know that this is definitely something that I will use and could use and need it, like for my Instapot. And I do have a slow cooker, and they're nice and thick metal. They're not chintzy at all, so they're nice and sturdy, and I think they will definitely last, but definitely functional. And it's something so simple, but when you're cooking and you need to go in there and mix and stir, there's always like, where do I put the lid? So to be able to just pop it right next to the, like right on the pot like this, is going to be a game changer for me. And you get 2 of them, so you can't beat that, and it's a great price. Even at $4.63, even though it's more than what I paid, it's still a great accessory to have in your kitchen, because if you have any of those accessories, you definitely have a need for it. And I would say it doesn't even have to be for an Instapot or a crock pot. If you're just using a regular pot on your stove and you're going like cooking some chili or some beans or, you know, anything in a big pot, and you need to open the lid and stir and mix it up, you still could use it for that. It's just as long as it's not like a non-stick type of thing. You don't want to scratch it up. But yeah, great item to have, and definitely one that I need and again will be using. Okay, this item right here cost me $1.80, and it is currently $1.91. And what it is a stainless steel shoe rack hanger. Now, I have one of these, but it's plastic. It's not very sturdy, and it's in my laundry room. So if you're washing a pair of tennis shoes or any type of, you know, tennis shoe or a shoe that you would wash and need to hang dry, I wanted to try this because it's metal and it's sturdier. The plastic one is definitely flimsy, and I don't trust that it would stand the test of time or be strong enough to really to really hold a pair of wet tennis shoes or any type of shoes you might be wanting to hang dry. So I liked the ability to upgrade the one that I have. And the one that I have is using it as a hanger just to store my plastic bags from the grocery store. So I bought back in the day one of those little fabric tube things where you can stick your plastic bags in. So I just have those. It was a set of 3, and I have those hanging on the one that I have now, like 1, 2, 3. And it's perfect for that because those are light. But when I would put something heavier on it, it just didn't feel sturdy enough. So I got this one to upgrade that one. Now the next item is, we're going to get into some different tools that I saw that I thought would be useful that I had never seen before. And like this first one, I'm hoping that this actually works because it's a pretty cool idea. Okay, so this is a 4-piece set. It cost $1.54, but it's currently listed at $2.49. And what it is, it's described, you're able to convert AAA batteries to AA batteries easily by using these containers. And I thought, if that works, that's really cool. And you get 4 of them. So let me pull them out and you can see what they look like. So let me just put these together so they don't all go falling on the ground. Okay, so this is what they look like. And I should have had some, what is it, AAA batteries? Convert AAA batteries to AA. So you get 4 of these AA size looking battery cases like this. That's what they look like. And you just open them up like that. You stick a AAA battery in here, and then you snap it together, and then you should be able to use it in a AA item that requires a AA battery instead of AAA. Isn't that cool? Think of the money that this would save you, where you don't have to buy 2 different sets of batteries. You can just, well, you can just use this, but of course, if you have multiple things that require a AA, then maybe you could buy a few sets of it. But for the price, I thought this was great to have. If it works the way that they say it's going to work, then that's pretty genius. And I'm like, TEMU always comes up with something so nifty, handy, and always thinks of something, a use for something that you have a use for but didn't know anything existed. So yeah, I thought that was a great item. Now this item right here is also something that I think is definitely handy to have in your home. Let me pull this one out real quick. Now this one, I saw someone else, she hauled this item. It's a 4-piece steel screw extractor set. So I paid $2.95 for it, and it says this item is discontinued, so I don't see anything with the current price for it as I'm recording this video now. But I will say that I got, let's see, it looks like I got a price adjustment on this one as well. Yeah, no, I didn't. So yeah, $2.95 for this, a 4-piece steel screw extractor. That's all it's given me because it's discontinued. So it comes in a case like this. I wish I could find a picture so you could see how this works, because that's what really sold me on it. So when you open it up, make sure nothing's loose. There's these 4 attachments that you would use with your drill gun. And what happens is, if you have a screw that is stripped, then you would take one of these, depending on the size of it, and you would stick it in there. Let me give you a close-up. So you see the different heads on it. So you would stick one in there. Yeah, so you see how, I'm going to show you a close-up on the inside, because it says drill out, flip the bit, and extract. So one does 2 things. So you see in the little picture there, or if you have something that's stripped, you would take one in and you would drill it out, and then you would flip this piece and then stick it in there after you drill it out, and then you unscrew it and it comes out. So that, I thought, because every now and then, how many people have a stripped screw that they don't know how to get out? And let me turn this around. Oh, wait, hold on, that was right. So I'm going to turn this around for you, and then you can see how the bottom pieces are all the same because they're different sizes, and then the top pieces are different sizes. So I'm not sure which one you would stick in to drill it out. That's what I'm not sure about. But it looks like in this little description, if I could find pictures from the website, because they showed on the website how it worked, I will definitely post them. But it looks like whatever the stripped part is, this is the top one, you would drill it out with this, and then you would stick this end in it, because this size now is matching this one, and now you could use this to drill it out, to unscrew it. So if you have a stripped screw, then that's what this is for. And I'm sure many of us out there have had a situation where the screw is stripped and you're like, how am I going to get this out of there? So it was actually a female influencer, I forget her name, but she had just bought a tiny house and she was showing all the different tools that she needed and that came in handy for her, and this was one of them. And I was like, that is really a good idea and very handy to have. So I definitely said, you know, I'm going to get one of those for myself, because I've been in that situation many times. Now this next item right here, this is something that I saw on the website. Again, I'm like, what is that? And then when I saw the use for it, I'm like, that's definitely something to keep in the craft room if you're sewing. just a handy item. So this one is called, let me find it for you. This is 4 pieces also. It says 4-piece sewing scanning wheels. Now it was $1.25, also discontinued. It's 4 little discs. Now they actually did look bigger on the website when I actually added it to my cart. So let me open this up. They're actually a lot smaller. Well, the main one, this is the largest one, so this is a pretty decent size. This is the front of it. So what it is, it's like a tracing wheel. So if you were to trace something, let me see. Hold on. If you wanted to like trace an outline of this and you stick your pen in here. Wait, is that how it works? Yeah, I think you stick your pen in here. I had to think about it for a minute. And as you go down, it gives you like a seam allowance. So if you just needed your hem to start here, but you want it to leave enough to fold over, that's what this does. So you would stick your pin in the middle here and just go all the way down, and then it will, I feel like it's wrong what I'm saying, but it's that idea. You stick something in the middle. It's got to be the pin. And then as you go down, it will make a line right here, which is where you want to fold it, but you would want to give yourself something to fold up. So hopefully that makes sense. If I can find pictures from another seller that has a description of what it looks like, but I feel like this would come in handy even if you're just tracing stuff. So depending on how big of an allowance you need or the project, that's why you get 4 pieces in here. So here's the 3 according to different sizes. And then the green one here is the smallest one. So depending on your project, I think people probably mostly can use this for sewing, but I think just for tracing in general, if you want to fold a piece of paper and you want a nice even line that, where you can trace around something and have a nice even amount to leave on the edge, you can do it for a craft project as well, which is why I got it. I'm not a sewer. I don't have the patience for sewing, but as a crafter, I could see a need for that and how someday I would probably be able to put that to good use. So the next item here, speaking of necessary and handy tools, this was another item right here that I had in my inbox for a minute. It cost $3.59, and it's called a hammer-friendly plier. And this thing on the picture looks tiny, but look at how big it is. And it's currently $3.75. And basically, if you were ever nailing something into the wall, you know, you're holding the nail and you're boom, 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 and you hit your thumb and it hurts, that's what this is for. This holds the nail or whatever you're hammering for you up against the surface that this thing is huge. So you see how it's flat though? So if you're nailing something up against the wall, you would open it up and it has different ridges for the different sizes that you would need to hold in here. And then you would pinch it in here. I don't have anything to put in there, but whatever size nail, I'm sure would fit in one of these holes. And then you would put the nail in here, squeeze it in there, hold it, and then you got your hand over here safe out of the way, and then your hammer is over here hammering it in, and you don't have to worry about hitting your thumb and your fingers and causing yourself pain. And I saw this and I've been watching it for a while. I've had it sitting in my box for quite some time because there have been many times where I have smashed my finger trying to hold a nail. So I'm glad I went ahead and got it. Now this also includes some type of instruction. Oh, so yeah, it shows a picture right here of how this works. That would be nice if most of them did that with their products, to include a little picture in case it is removed from the website. You can still give an idea of what it is, but you can see how that's holding it for the hammer, and then you just pound it in there and you can be safe and you don't have to worry about hurting yourself. So this is definitely, I know many people have been in that position before who could use this product, and it is a thick plastic. As you can see, it's not metal. Now I didn't think this would be metal, so, but I would like to believe that because of what they made this for, that it can withstand being hammered on. So hopefully that is the case. Now moving on to the next item. This next item right here, I feel like it's definitely, well, I don't feel like it. I know that I want to return this one because it is not what I expected it to be. Now, this costs $4.44, and this is one that I have been in and out the box, in and out of my box. I'm like, do I get it? Do I not get it? And so finally I broke down and got it, and I'll show you what it is. It's a one-piece frameless package delivery direction sign. So like I said, I paid $4.44. It's 12 by 18 inches, and it is currently, this item is sold out. But there's one listed with another seller, and that one is listed for $5.80, except for, and I'm getting ready to show you why this one is being, I can't use this. It's not what I thought it would be. It says what I wanted to say, because these little lazy delivery people throwing packages in my walkway, just making it easy for people to just walk by and take stuff, is pissing me off. So, attention, please deliver all packages to the front door. It's a shame that you need a sign to tell someone that, especially when it's rainy, it's windy, it's wet, or if you have an open area where anybody can just see your package and walk off with it. They still just take my packages and just throw them in the walkway. And I'm like, knowing how the situation is today, that shouldn't even be an issue. And if anybody is doing it from a delivery company, they should be fired. Because walk it to the door. Like, I don't have those. Well, every now and then I'll have an Amazon driver do that. But I think they have like some more independent people who work for Amazon that will do that sometimes. But a lot of the TEMU, the GoFo, I'm going to call them out, GoFo and SpeedX and Uni. Oof, Uni. I'm just going to leave it right there. But I got this sign for those guys because it's ridiculous that this should even have to be said. The problem, and why I'm going to send this back, this is sticking to my jacket, is I thought it was metal. I can't use a fabric one. I needed a metal one. So the one that's listed here now, it says it's metal. And I thought for sure this said it was metal. And that's why it took me so long to actually get it. I thought that I got the one that I wanted. I thought for sure it was a metal one. And then when I get it, I'm like, where is my sign? And I had no idea that it was in this envelope all rolled up because it was a piece of fabric. That is not, I needed a metal one so that I can put on my gate and that it can weather well and to make sure that they see it. But this fabric thing is not going to work. So I like what it says. I like the look of it. I just needed it to be metal. So that's why I'm sending it back. But those delivery guys, they drive me crazy because it's just, it doesn't make sense that you can't open up the gate and take this and put it by the door. Why would you just throw it? Literally, people can walk by and just reach over. And it pisses me off when I see that. So I've been wanting to get it for a minute, and I finally get it, and the thing comes fabric. So I still can't use it. I'm going to look and order another one, but I'm definitely sending that one back. This next item, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm fighting a cold. I got, Janaea gave me her cold that she had all through Christmas break. And soon as we go back to work, I get sick and she's doing fine. But the show must go on. So this next item, now this next item right here is, this is also something that I think I will say most women definitely would benefit from having this in her repertoire. It's only 83 cents that I paid. I got one price adjustment, but I say most women, men could use it too, but I say women because it's for jewelry, and it is a one-piece plastic bracelet measuring tools. I'm sorry, let me say that again. A one-piece plastic bracelet measuring tool. Now, I saw this, and I have this for a ring. And I like having it for a ring because whenever I order a ring, I have a point of reference of what size my fingers are, so I can make sure to order the correct size, or if I order another size, I know if it's going to be too big or too little, or it just gives me a point of reference so that I order jewelry properly. Now, I haven't ordered any rings lately because I think I have literally over 100 rings now. I bought that little ring case that holds 100 rings, and it, if I'm not mistaken, that thing is full. But for the bracelet, the reason I wanted one for the bracelet, this is what it looks like. The reason I wanted one for the bracelet is because when I was doing a sponsorship, they wanted to know what size my wrist was, and I had no idea really. And so I wanted to get something, and this is just basically a regular ruler. Like if you had a little fabric cloth or something, I'm sure you could do the same thing. But because this is designed for jewelry, I wanted to go ahead and have that to, put with my ring one. So it's currently $1.48. It comes in black or white. I think they're the same price. $1.38 for the black, $1.48 for the white. I paid 83 cents when I ordered mine. So, but this gives you, and for me, it's important because if you know anything about me, I like my bracelets to have a little hang. So that gives me an idea of, where they will hit and what they will look like. Now, they do have a domestic measurement. Inches measure 5 to 10 inches, which is what I have. And then they have domestic measurement 5.91 to 9.84 inches. I'm not sure of what those... Oh, I think it's the top one is 5 to 10, and then the bottom one says 5.91 to 9.84. That's what the bottom one looks like, roughly. So I don't know why it listed as two different options, but it looks like this one includes both. So, and I like how when you slide it down, these little ridges are raised. So I don't know if you can hear the little clicking, like when I slide it. Try it again. Okay, you hear that little clicking? Like it'll stop on each one. So if you're trying to make a measurement, it's not just going to fall off. So, this would let me know, like, if I were to buy something in whatever size, how much gap I would have at the bottom. And so I had just adjusted to see how much gap I would prefer to have. So according to this, I think I would be happy. This is 7.5 right here. And if I did 7, that would be 7. So it just gives me an idea of when I'm ordering a bracelet, how loose I want it to be. So based off of this measurement, I think 7.5 would be safe for me. And then you have to remember to include the clasp when you're ordering a bracelet. So that's important to note as well. But this definitely, if you do order a lot of jewelry, and I know back in the day, I have a lot of bracelets as well. In fact, one day I should do my TEMU bracelet collection. But it's good to know if you're really going to buy something you're going to pay a little bit of money for, then you definitely want to have a more of an accurate measurement so that you get the right size. And it has this little loop on here that just fell off, and I'm not sure what this is for. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So once you stick it in, you just close it up with this little loop. I get, yeah, so that would just hold it for you. So you can see that. Okay, so that's what this item is. So let's move on to the next item. And let me just stick this back in the bag so I don't lose that little piece on the end. So now moving on. Okay, this next item right here. This is something that it's very crafty. It was a crafty thing. And I thought it was kind of a little, a really neat thing that could make a great gift if you wanted to give, just to make some for fun, and then just to have them on standby if you wanted to give them away. Now there's 20 pieces in here, and the problem is they're so thin. And what they are, well, they cost $2.52. I got one price adjustment, and they're transparent PVC bookmarks. And this is a 20-piece set. Now they are currently $2.20. So the way that these are supposed to work is you're supposed to be able to stick like like dried flowers or little anything like thin and light inside of these. And they're very thin. I think I pulled one out. They're very, very thin. It was hard for me. Like, here's what one looks like. And this one, you're supposed to be able to pull up a flap. You see how thin that is? And you're supposed to be able to pull up a flap and stick something in here. And I was trying to do that, and I'm like, I don't know if that's even possible. But you're supposed to be able to do that. Like, you could do like a picture. Let me look at the website real quick. Yeah, on the website, they have like little dried flowers that you would peel the backing off. It's almost like it would laminate it. So if you were able to lift this apart, I tried for a hot second, but then I'm like, I don't even know. So I would have to put in some time with this because it's so thin. How do you even get this open? I don't know how that works. I feel like you might have to bend it a little. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it. Oh, wow. Look at that. But you will see even how much thinner it gets. Can you see that? You know what would be cool? You can just put a picture in here. Or let me see if the sticky is just around the edge. No, the sticky is the whole... Excuse me. The sticky is the whole top part with the design on it. It's so thin, though. Can you see that? And so whatever you're going to put in there, it can't be too thick. But whenever you put it in here and you seal it, it's definitely in there to stay. So I guess that's why it's so thin. So it's kind of like a laminator. And then if you have like some, like a little hole punch, you could put a little hole punch here and put a tassel on it and, you know, make it actually a bookmark, which is possibly why it's so thin as well, because that's kind of what they suggest this to be used for as a bookmark. But you could take these if you had like a little one in school, and you can take their school pictures and take a school picture and pop it in here and send it to the grandparents, or just make one for yourself to keep in your books if you like to read books, or any pictures of someone that you might want to remember. How neat would that be to stick it inside of one of these and always be able to remember that person or think of that person when you're reading your book. Would make a great bookmark to put in your Bible if you read your Bible every day and you have a picture of someone important or who means a lot to you. So I thought that was really neat. I just didn't realize how thin they were until I got them. So now let me share this with you. This was a fail also. And a while ago, I had ordered this, and I was so happy and still pleased with these items, but I'm disappointed at the same time because I'm trying to replace something that I lost. So back in the day, let me just find the one that started this. Back in the day, I ordered these 2 sets of earrings and a necklace. I ordered the silver version of the necklace and gold, and then the matching earrings. So I lost one of the gold ones. So this, excuse me, this is the gold one that I have. I don't know where I lost the other one. I've had it forever. It's moissanite and it's sterling silver, and it's a gold version, gold plated, sterling silver and moissanite. And I wore these things faithfully all the time in the shower. I didn't worry about them getting wet, any type of product, anything. They did not turn. It still looks amazing. So one day I came home and I saw that I had lost the other one, and I was distraught. So I'm like, well, I'll just go and order me another one. And of course, the seller that I bought them from has discontinued them. I cannot find these to save my life. But my attempt to find them is where the fail comes into place, because when you look at the pictures, this was my first attempt. And first of all, this is the envelope that the box that it came in. And let me just tell you, I paid $19.80 for this. The original one was only like $18.83. The original real one that I'm just distraught over having lost. So this was the replacement one. And I wasn't sure. I did get a price adjustment on it though. But I looked at the picture. It says it's one pair of elegant 925 sterling silver and 18 karat gold plated moissanite drop earrings. So it was the closest picture I could find to what I had. So I get it. I open it up. It's got this nice little carrying pouch. I still don't see a certificate or anything confirming moissanite. It's got the little velvet thing, and there's nothing in the bottom of this. So I open the pouch and I pull out the earrings, and there's no paperwork, no nothing, which again lets me know there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And then I pull the earring out. Now let me give you the point of reference. This is the point of reference, and this is what I got. Now, can you see the difference in size? For starters, look at the moissanite. It's like you can't even see it. It's unrecognizable. Let me take it out of the package for you. And I was like, this little thing with no certificate or anything confirming moissanite, this is a joke. And it's so tiny. Look at this thing. I can barely hold it in my hand. Look at how tiny that is. That's ridiculous. You can't even, that is definitely not moissanite. And there's no certificate, again, included or anything. And again, here is, you just got to see them next to each other, because I was like, these are definitely going back. You are not going to play me like that. When I was able to get this pair that I've been so happy with for so long, and you think that you can just slide this thing in on somebody? Can you see that? Look at the difference. That makes this one look like a giant, and this is the smallest of the real one. This is 1 carat. So this isn't even a carat. This is, I don't even know what to call that. And then the color is different, and this costs more than this real one that came with the certificate. I was so upset when I got this. I'm like, there's no way you think you're going to play me like that and try to give me a cute little case and all of that to slide something like this as a replacement and call it 18 karat golden plated moissanite drop earrings? No, I don't think so. So yeah, this was a huge disappointment at a big price for TEMU. And a price that I had no problem willing to pay, because these worked so well. You can see that thing is not discolored or anything, and I'm so upset. So I have the silver one still, so now I'm very careful, because I'm like, I don't know when this happened, when it came out, and I've never had any problems with the clasps coming apart or anything like that. So I didn't send this back yet, because I was waiting to haul it and share it with you guys so that I could warn somebody in case you might fall victim to this scam right here, or this disappointment. But so then I knew I was sending it back. So in the interim, I'm like, I want my gold earrings. So I ordered another pair, and this one actually came today. And this one took forever, so I kept going in. I haven't received my package. So they gave me 2 $5 credits. Yeah, 2 $5 credits. And they were like, okay, it's with the courier. And I'm like, I haven't received it. So I was staying on top of it. And then, so I said, can I just refund it? Because I had a bad feeling about it. And I'll tell you, my gut was right. Let me go up here. My gut was right. So let me show you what this one is. And I'm like, I just had to shake my head. Now, this picture on this one was identical to the one that I had. Now, this was super false advertising, because after I got that first pair and this one started acting woozy. Well, here's the kicker for this one. it was too good to be true at the price. Now the price, you're going to laugh when I show you these. The price for this one that I paid showed $6.46, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me look at the receipt. I think that, oh yeah, it was $6.46. And this was from a local supplier. So I also paid the $3. And I'm like, okay, this is a great deal. It's the exact same picture. You see the markings on the picture, and it's only totaling $10.08. So I went ahead and ordered that. It was local, wasn't going to take long. And this one says a set of moissanite earrings made of 9.25 sterling silver, golden, featuring 6.5 millimeter round moissanite stones. So this one was taken forever, and it says complete with a GRA certificate. There is no certificate in this envelope. The thing took forever, and my gut, I'm glad I got the refund, plus I got $10 over that, because this is what these look like, and you're gonna laugh. These are worse than the first pair by far. These feel plastic. And they claim that these stylish earrings are perfect for women, but complete with the GRA certificate. The silvery weight is approximately 2.3, and it doesn't finish, whatever that's supposed to be. But let me give you the original, and let me show you what these are. Now, this one, for the price, I'm like, okay, it was a shot in the dark on this one. But the $19 one, for that little tiny thing that, you know, it had a little nice packaging. I guess they tried to fool me with that one, but here's the original. Now look at the $6.46 one, plus the shipping. So I got my 10 back, plus another 10 to even have been subjected to this. So this is the real one, and this is the so-called moissanite. Now you could tell moissanite right away. Let me see if I could switch hands so I can get this one a little closer for you. There is no way this is moissanite. And when I requested the refund, they kept apologizing like they always do. You know, TEMU's really good about that. They don't make you sweat too hard, and they constantly apologize. But this thing came through. Look at the shininess of the real moissanite, and then look at this other one. I don't think there's any comparison, but then when you put them by size, now this was the same picture that it pictured this, but this is what I got. So let me see if I could do it better justice this way, because I need you to see the details in the clasps and the different sizes. I can't. Okay, let me do this. See, it's not even the same type of closure. This closure looks very cheap. It doesn't snap into anything. This one, you see this closure, how that one works. This is the real deal. This is the scam right here. So long story short, so that was the second fail. And opening this thing, it feels like it's just going to break. Look at it's so thin and chintzy. It's just so wow. But this one, they're like, you don't even need to send them back. And I feel like when they do that, because they already know this is a joke. So anyways, they came today, and I'm still on the hunt to find a pair to replace this one. And every time I look at it, my heart just drops a little, because this set was one of my favorite sets, and I'm just so upset that I lost that one. I've had them for so long. I wore them like every day and no issue, and then out of the blue, one just disappeared. So I'm very careful with my silver ones now, and you know, at least I still have the gold necklace. You know, that's fine. I just need to find another set of earrings so I can be back in business with being able to alternate from the silver set to the gold set, because these really are my favorites. So anyway, this was junk, and so was this one. This one's going back. This one I got my money back plus $10 above that. So I figure for the frustration and the false advertising, I feel like I've been compensated for that. But yeah, these things, I guess this one must have been really popular and did really well, that they must have sold out everywhere, because I cannot find one. So, and I even went on other sites where I did sponsorships, etc., to find one, because I really like the moissanite stuff. Now it's lasting. If it's moissanite and 9.25 silver, I'm all in. I really like it. It it lasts. It doesn't discolor. It's a win. And I was willing, and I'm still willing, to pay the price to get another good set. So I'm on the hunt for the replacement, either another pair like this or a similar pair, but this is the style that actually matched my necklace. So hopefully I can find it. All right, I've elaborated long enough on that. Okay, and now to some of the electronic items. We are going to start with this item first. Well, it's an accessory. It's not an electronic item, but it is an accessory to be used with an electronic item. And this first one, it's cost $4.74, and I was issued 3 different price adjustments, so I don't know what it knocked it down to. But it's currently selling for $3.77, and what it is an adjustable height mobile phone holder to hang around your neck. Now, I have my phone buried over here and stuff. I'm going to see if I can dig it out. But this is what it looks like. And I didn't open it yet, so let's go ahead and open this up. Now, I'll tell you why I got this. And I hope that it works and that it feels right and it doesn't feel weird. But I got this because it comes in these 2 pieces. Oftentimes, I know a lot of people, when you're winding down at the end of the day, will, I guess it unrolls like this. Okay. Will, be on your phone when you're supposed to be sleeping. So I'm looking, okay, so then it opens up like that. So this is like a piece of wire or something. It's metal, but it's a flexible metal. And then it opens like this. And then you put this up like that, because it's designed to stick around your neck like this. Let me open it up some more. So you stick it around your neck. And then, I guess that's why it's so stiff, because you can position this to hold your phone. So, like, if you needed it a little lower, I don't need my phone all down my throat, but let me see if I can get my phone real quick. I'm dropping all this stuff. Okay, so here's my phone. Now here's the phone holder part. So it looks like it just pops on this little knob right here. Oh, maybe it unscrews first. Let's see. This comes up and off. So this probably, okay, so this pops on there first. And then you screw this in there. And then you screw it onto here. All right, there we go. And then this will tighten it up. All right, so that's how you, oops. What? Oh, you know what I did wrong? Hold on. I'm pretty sure what I did wrong is, once I stick this on here, you see how this has little slots in it, so you gotta pop it. There we go. And now you screw it on tight. So let's screw it, try that again. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to take this and sit your phone in here. Still feels a little too close. So I like how stiff it is, because when you do adjust it, it stays. See how that is for right now? So then I could stick my phone in here. My phone has the case on it. Oh, wow. Does this adjust? Oh, is it only go one way? Let me see something. Oh, okay. It does pull out. I'm like, what? So it only goes this way. because as you see, if I try to stick it in this way, it's way too wide. Like that. It's way too wide, and it doesn't adjust this way. So you stick it in this way. Okay. Now the problem with a lot of these phone type holding situations is they're never... Oh, so if you wanted it portrait, you can just do it this way, obviously. They're never strong enough to hold your phone. So right now, this feels very secure. I don't feel anything, like my phone isn't struggling to hold this or anything. So I'd have to try it out. But the reason that I got this, I don't think I finished the story. I was in bed on my phone one night, holding my phone, and I dropped my phone on my eye. And you know, these cell phones are really heavy, and it just plopped, and it hurt a lot. And it ended up causing those floaters in my eye. That this happened back in September, and now we are in January. So I went to the doctor for about a month. She kept checking it to make sure I didn't damage my retina or anything like that. And she said it would take about 6 months for these things to go away. And what happened is they really don't go away. They just slide down your, I'm not going to say the proper terminology because I can't remember it now, but basically they slide down to out of your line of vision to where you don't see them anymore. So technically they don't go away, but they do slide down so you don't see them. And she said that happens at about 6 months. So if I'm laying down, like this is actually working hands-free. And it's very secure in here. And that's unusual because I have a pretty thick case on here. Wow. I think I wasn't expecting to like this or feel like it was going to even work. And you see in the picture, the guy is laying down in bed. And you see how pliable or how flexible this is. So you can adjust it and make it a little tighter around your neck. That gives you a little bit more leeway to curve it up if you want to. So it's heavily adjustable. So this is actually kind of cool. And then the little knob allows you, if you unscrew it, you can, have more flexibility with this knob as far as how it will turn around up in here. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with this. I must say, I didn't expect this to be this cool, but it really is cool, and it will save my eyes from getting smashed again, because that definitely did hurt a lot. And now I'm scared to hold my phone up, because what happened is, I would do it at the end of the day. I'd be so tired, and I would just doze off, and the thing would just slip out of my hand, and it just fell smack dab on my eye. And I'm like, I was so mad when I did that, because those floater things are annoying. You know what they look like? Which was the other reason why I hated it. The floaters that I had, they looked like spiders or like little black bugs were flying by. And it was, when it was fresh, I kept jumping because I kept thinking like something was, because it would go like, shh. And then there was a white one. It was a white one and it was a black one. And the black one looked like a bug or a spider. And the white one was just like a little white weird shape thing. And I'm like, dang, how long is this gonna last? So I saw that and I really like that. I think that's definitely gonna work for me. So yeah, and easy to use. So let's move on to the next item. Okay, this next 3-piece set costs $3.95. And what it is it is a set of 3. It's a ultra thin HD protective case for Apple Watches. And let me see, I paid $3.95. I got one price adjustment. And all of them are sold out now except for a 3-pack of transparent ones, the one in the middle. And it looks like that one is selling for $1.72 for only one. So they changed things. Well, no, it still shows 3 in the picture. And oh, okay. Like my watch, I got this for my Apple Watch. I don't know if you guys, I did a sponsorship haul and they sent me some different bands. And this is my watch, and my watch is silver. And they sent me these different bands that all of them didn't match my watch if I were to use them. And there was one that had gold in it. And what I was really on the lookout for was a gold one. So when I saw the 3-pack, I says, well, I'll go ahead and get the gold one because it wouldn't hurt to have the black one as well. And then the transparent one that I did have was old and it was all discolored. So it just made sense for me to get the 3-piece set. So let me show you. And then they're plastic, of course. So this is what they look like outside of the bag. And this was the one that sparked me on the hunt to even get one at all. So this is for my Apple Watch, the 38 millimeter. And I was like, and I had been looking for just a gold one for a minute. I was over on other sites looking as well. So when I found these, I was like, oh, cool. Because I thought I just wanted the gold one. But when I saw the 3-piece, I'm like, you know what, just go ahead and get all 3 of them. So I did, and I was finally happy. So now I could take my little old Apple Watch, because this is my very first and only one, and I've had it now. I think I got this during the pandemic. That was what, 2022? So maybe 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old, but it's still kicking. Doesn't have all the flashy new stuff or anything like that. And I'm like, now I can dress it up and make it match with those other bands from the sponsorship, right? So I get it. I'm cool. I can finally relax. And then Christmas comes around and Janaea buys me a brand new Apple Watch. And I'm like, what version is that? I don't even know. Like, what did the new ones do? I'm like, this one isn't broken. I just bought my bands. I got all these cases. So this one is really nice. As you see, it's already black. It comes with it only comes in 2 colors, actually, black and I think white champagne or something. So, and this is the band that comes with it. And this is a 40 mm. This is a 38 mm. So they're very close in size. Very close. And I think it's the way the edges are on the black one, how it's just smooth all around, is probably why they look the same. But it's nice, but I can't set it up on my phone because this phone is too old to pair with this. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So Janaea's plan, she got me a new watch so she could have my old watch. And we thought, okay, well, that makes sense. Because I'm like, this one is perfectly fine. I got all the bands and everything. Well, it turns out that all of my 38 millimeter bands definitely fit this one. But now I can't pair it with my phone, so I have to get a new phone. So you just have to kind of laugh. And then these will not work with this one because they are 2 millimeters too small. So the whole thing is kind of like a comedy of errors, but this is a nice watch. I like it. So we're going to figure out how to work that and make it happen. I wasn't in the market to buy a new phone because these phones aren't cheap. And in my life, in my mindset, the way I work, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Like this was happening. This was paired with this one. It's working. Now I just upgraded it so it could match all the other ones. So she just threw me a curveball with this beautiful new Apple Watch that now requires me to have to spend some money on a new phone. Or her other plan was, this is probably her low-key plan. She has a newer phone than mine that watch could pair with. So I think her real plan is to say, here, you just take the new one and I'll keep what I have. But anyways, moving on. But it's a nice watch and this was a great deal. And, you know, it definitely will fit mine. I've had this one before from TEMU. I'm pretty sure I got the one that I have from TEMU. But that thing is so old and ready to be thrown out. All right, so let's move on to some more electronic accessories. I'm saying items, but they are accessories. So the first one is, now can I just back up a minute and tell you why I got these accessories and why I was excited to get them? The one thing that I bought myself back in November, I always buy it like around Black Friday time. is, and this is something I had been wanting, didn't want to really drop the money on it, but I got a great deal on it. And it was a nice bundle. And to me, in November, you get the better deals if you start early, because as the months progressed, I didn't see this thing any better than the deal that I got it for. So basically, I bought this for myself, and it was a bundle pack that came with, I'll show you what it came with, but I bought this. This was my gift to myself, and it really wasn't a gift. It was just something that I wanted. And then I also bought the little mini mic that goes with this. So I wanted to kind of step up. If I ever were to do some vlogging, I wanted to step up my equipment. So that's where this started. So I got these two items. Again, this was the camera and all the accessories that come with the camera. And then this was the microphone and all the accessories that come with this. So when I got these items, I didn't have a case for it or anything. So I had these bags that I had gotten from TEMU and other online sites that allowed you, it's really for like cables and stuff, but I had managed to stick my camera and everything in here, and it was all bulky. Everything was working, but it was all bulky, and it wasn't really designed for that. So it was better than me just carrying it and not having any type of protection, but it definitely wasn't a fit for those items. So that's where all of this started. And so I said, let me go on TEMU and see if I can find a case, or if a case even exists for this camera. And sure enough, that's what this is. And that's why I was like very, very pleased. I actually saw someone online and they said that you can get this case on the other site that starts with the A, and it only costs around, it might have said like between $15 and $20. And I was like, okay, cool, that's not bad. So I said, but first, let me check TEMU and see what I can get it for on TEMU. So look at, it's like it's not a super hard, but it's not soft either. It's got some firmness and some sturdiness to it. It's got this nice little handle. Now, what I paid for this, let me tell you, I paid $10.47. And this was not a local buyer. This was straight from TEMU. $10.47. There were no price adjustments on that because I didn't see this price drop down lower anywhere. This TEMU was the cheapest, the lowest price. I hate to say the cheapest. It was the lowest price that I had seen anywhere. And I'm trying to find one because it says this item is sold out. I'm trying to see a comparable one on here that works the way that this one works, because I'm going to open this up for you in a minute. There's one for $15, but it's a little different. So let me just show you what I'm trying to find, because as you know, different sellers will offer you different items. So I just like how neat and svelte it looks. So you open it up, because I have my camera in here, which is why I'm being delicate. So you open it up. Now this, when you buy the little microphone, it comes with its own bag, and that microphone has all the accessories in here because it's so tiny. So that's why I just have it sitting on top. So it's small enough to where it just zips right in. But this is really designed for my camera. It has a spot for every piece that comes with the camera. So this is the actual camera right here. These are the things to pop the camera onto the stick. This is the battery pack, because I got the bundle, and the bundle includes 3 batteries, which are housed in here, and just different connector pieces. This is where I have my receiver for that microphone, so I don't think that it was designed for that, but that's where I stuck it. But all the parts that came with the camera, it had this memory foam to protect it and just allow everything to slide. So you see nothing is wiggling and moving and nothing can be damaged. And then it has this zipper pocket up here, which is where I put all the paperwork, instruction, and miscellaneous pieces in there. So for $10, this was an amazing deal. And to go from go from this bootleg setup to this. Look at it, it's night and day. Night and day. And if you're spending money on something, you don't want to force it into something. This was an interim situation, and I knew that up front. But I was on the hunt for one of these, and when I saw this on TEMU, I couldn't believe it. So to get something comparable, that's what I was looking for, to see. They have different ones that have different cutouts for different things, for different cameras, but the prices range. You possibly could find one for $10 still, but I think I really hit it out the park, and I wish I could see what this one is selling for right now, because this is an amazing deal. So let me put my microphone back in here, because this thing is so tiny. You definitely, when you take time to spend money on equipment, you want to make sure that you take care of it and it's somewhere where it won't get damaged. And to invest $10 to make sure that that was the case, that was huge. I mean, I really feel like I hit it out the park on that one. So that's where all this started. And then I can't remember. Well, let me just show you this, because I'm going to have to go look for that. So then they had another, excuse me, they had another little case. So when I would be vlogging, because I've only used it a few times, I'm still learning how it works and adjusting to it. But there was another option. Did I get it on this one? Yeah, okay. So there was another option, and this one was $3.55. I got 2 price adjustments on this one, and this is another little nylon hard shell storage bag. It says for the Hero, well, let me open up the full description. It's currently selling for $3.11. What did I say I paid for this just now? I don't be listening. Okay, $3.55 with 2 price adjustments. So it probably knocked it down at least to the current price of $3.11, if not cheaper. So this one, it says the Action 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, it lists mine. It also lists something called a GoPro Hero, and then the Insta 360. So this, if I didn't want to have that case and I was just out vlogging for the day, then there's just this little case right here that will fit the camera and still protect it. And then you could just have the, the handle that hangs out of it. So the camera is still protected if I just wanted to grab and go. So I'm like, this is also a great deal and a great option. Like if I just wanted to run to the Dollar Tree real quick and I knew I was coming right back, I don't need to bring the whole bag with everything. I could just grab the camera, put it on the stick, and then I'm good to go. You see how it has the hole at the bottom, so the stick can just hang out and the camera is protected. So I was like, wow, I am getting some great deals for my DJI, because honestly, I spent enough money on the camera. I didn't want to keep spending more money to get all of these accessories, because they get you with the accessories. So to be able to get these things on TEMU is a huge, huge bonus. Now, perhaps someone might actually want to see how well that fits in here. So let me just show you really quick how well that fits in this little mini one. Okay. All right, so here's the camera. And okay, here's the little mini case. And here's the camera. Now, normally when it's just a grab and go camera like this, I always have, I'm not going to attach it all the way because I have to pull other pieces out. But just for visual, when I just have, excuse me, when I just have it ready to grab and go, this is how it normally is. I attach that other piece that allows it to hook on there. And so that's what it looks like. So when I'm in that mode, then I just take this little piece right here, stick it in here, completely protected, and then it just zips right up in here like this, and then it hangs from the bottom so it's still protected. So that is wonderful when you just want to do a grab and go and you don't want to damage your camera. So to be able to get both of these options for $10, $13 for the 2 of them, huge deal. huge deal, and I was very, very happy to get it. So yeah, if you are in the market for some DJI equipment accessories, something to protect your equipment, definitely check out TEMU, because I'm telling you, when I'm looking to spend money, I search for the best deal. I don't just buy the first thing that I see. Once I see that it's out there, then I am on the hunt for the best deal. And before I cut the check, I want to make sure I'm going to be happy. So the next item, and it's two more that kind of coincide with my camera equipment. So this next one, I paid $2.70 for it. This got 4 price adjustments on this one, and currently it's $2.26, and it is a one-piece nylon multi-purpose memory card case. So the DJI camera uses the little micro cards. So this is just a case to store those cards in, kind of like a little photo album, but for your memory cards. So it gives you, let's see how many pages. So if you have a lot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it has 8 different little pages of varying sizes, so you can store your memory cards and their adapters if necessary in here. So as you record, you have a place to keep all of your footage, you know, your cards that have all of the footage on. And I thought this was perfect because it protects them. It's in a case. Now this is just a soft shell fabric case, but it's nice and small and thin. And in the past, I've never had one place that made sense and that was protective to keep all of those types of things in. And those things are small and can easily be damaged, and you could lose a lot of good footage. So again, I wanted to start off right and get things that were going to protect my investment. So I was happy to get this. And then the last thing, which is hilarious, is this thing. I saw this, and to me it was just funny, but let me pull it up and tell you what this cost me. It was fun, it's funny, and I think you're gonna laugh on this one, but it looks so official. So this one, how much did this thing cost? $8.55. And it's currently $5.99. And what it is a reporter/host wireless interview handheld microphone stand. So this is what it looks like. So if you're out and about, this takes the little DJI microphone, the little tiny one, this thing, it takes this little microphone and it allows the microphone to clamp on to this thing. You see that little square head? It clamps on here, and you put this big foam piece on it. So if you're out in the field and you want to look like a roving reporter, because this looks so official, I showed it to Janae and we both had a good laugh. So it comes in these 2 or 3 pieces. Let's see. So you take this and you stick your little microphone on here, and the mini one is supposed to fit as well. I just haven't tried it yet, but it fits here on this top part. And then you take this big foam thing and just, you see how it has a square slot, you slide it over, and then you take this bottom part and it has a piece of foam, and you just stick it in here like that. And how official does this look? Like, hi, this is Mickey B with the Channel 11 News, and today we have an exciting story for you. We are here at the mall, and it's like, this is what the microphones look like. So we had a good laugh on this one, but I thought that was fun. And you could put anything on here, like you could make a label and put like the Mickey News, or, you know, whatever. You know how they have like KNBC or whatever, the channel name. You could make your own, but I thought this was fun. So I see my little, this thing is kind of twirling. Let's see something. Okay. So it's kind of loosening up because it's really something just for fun. But it looks so official. And then you know how when they're out in the field interviewing someone and they're saying, hi, can I get your name and your thoughts on what you think about, the new mall and the new setup and blah, blah, blah. And then they hold the mic over to them. So this was just a fun one to get. I thought it was silly, but fun at the same time. It's always good to laugh. But that's what this is, $8.55. And right now it's $5.99. But as you can see, that little foam piece is loosening up, but you could take the little square part off as well and just use it, the other end, and it still kind of looks official. Put on your little suit and tie and you look like the newest newscaster on the block. So yeah, that was a fun one. And then the last item in this haul was something that, again, kind of coincided with this new equipment that I'm getting and trying to do things to make recording videos more comfortable, I guess is a word. Comfortable, convenient, easier to sit down and do, to allow you access to other areas. And it came in this box. The box is empty. I took it out, and I can't set the whole thing up for you, so I'm going to have to insert a picture. But this is the box that it came in. This cost $24.42, and it's in a, well, let me click on it and see what it's. So I paid $24.42. It's currently $27.72, and they had tons of different listings of this item. And it's an adjustable 70-inch metal floor tripod, suitable for smartphones with a retractable accessory arm, perfect for live streaming, recording, cooking, painting, and food photography. Now, what I liked about this one, and you can see on the picture that I've inserted, let me pull out the parts. I can at least show you the two parts that it has. This one, again, having that retractable arm. So normally when you have a tripod, it's just straight up and down. So you don't have the ability to have something bend down. Like if I wanted to use this next to me right now, the traditional tripods that are just straight up and down, I'd have to just have it like right here and only really be able to get this angle, whatever I could get from here. But the fact that it has a retractable arm, I can bend it, and now I can get this right in front of me and sit down and record a video. I've done one in my bedroom. I was sitting on my bed, and it makes recording a video like that so much easier to be able to have that arm, that retractable arm that you can bend closer or further back, instead of just being stuck having to be in front of something every time. It's like, because you can't always be sitting somewhere and have space to put the tripod to where it's right in front of you, but you can put it on the side now and take that arm and fold it down. So that's what I liked about this one. And this is what, again, the bottom part looks like. And it's metal, like it says. It doesn't feel super duper heavy. But if you open up the legs at the bottom wide, then you get more stability. But if you try to leave them closer because you want to make it fit in a smaller space, then I wouldn't recommend that, because you need it to be, the legs or the feet to be open the widest, because they'll give you more stability on these phones, because these phones have some weight. So because that arm is retracting outward, you don't want it to tip over. So you just have to be aware of that. But this one is definitely a game changer in a tripod for me, because again, it brings convenience and accessibility to film in places where you wouldn't normally be able to properly with just a straight up and down tripod. So I think I have talked enough. I have shared enough with you guys, and I have enjoyed a lot of these items in this haul. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will have all the products that are still available listed in the description box. And again, I have a discount code of OPT43125, and if you are a new user or a re-app installer, you can save 30% off your order and earn up to a $100 coupon bundle for your future purchases. So on that note, I'm going to close this video out, say thanks for watching, thumbs up the video, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do it on your way out if you like this type of content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.